I want to start off by saying good game to the Patriots. I don't want to say that, but it was a good game, and all I asked for was a good game, and it was a good game. But we the Seahawks didn't win it, and honestly, that's all it really comes down to is the fact that we lost this game. We had it on the 1 yard line or 2 yard line, whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it was a 1 yard line, and it was second down. We had a timeout left, and we chose to pass it. And while some people will blame Russell Wilson, he should have never thrown it. I watching the replay. At first I was like, oh shit, Russell Wilson, why'd you throw that? And I watched the replay and I thought, that was more of just a great play by the defender. But every time I replay it in my head, I can't help but think, why did we not hand it off to beast mode? Marshawn Lynch was doing great all game long. Whether it was, catching that 30-something yard pass or running with the ball, he was doing great. And then we're on the 1 yard line, and on second down, we have a timeout left, and we throw the ball. I don't even... Pete Carroll says it was his call. He's taking the fall for it. I personally think he's taking the blame for Darrell Bevell. I think it was totally Darrell Bevell's call. Some people saying Russell Wilson should have checked out of it and called a run. If you've watched the Seahawks, Russell Wilson isn't really like Peyton Manning. It seems like a lot of the times, whatever Darrell Bevell calls, Russell Wilson goes with. Russell Wilson doesn't really seem to audible too much. But our season pretty much ends on that play. That, great play. I forget who intercepted it, but great play. Great defensive play by the Patriots. I know how Green Bay fans must feel, because this game literally almost went down the exact same way as Green Bay. Obviously, we didn't have a 16-point lead. The biggest lead we had was a 10, but still, the fact that I feel like we let our foot off the gas, and we weren't really trying. It didn't seem like we were trying to do too much until the Patriots really started creeping up on us. Like when they were 3 points behind us, it was like, oh shit, we got to get moving. And then as soon as they scored a touchdown and went 4 points ahead of us, we were all like, oh my god, we gotta, oh shit, But we took our foot off the gas. That's what happens. The Patriots are a good team. Tom Brady had 4 passing touchdowns and like 300-something passing yards. I think he set a Super Bowl record for most completions. Yeah. Tom Brady's a good quarterback, and he did it against a really good defense in the Seahawks. Even though we had injuries, still a pretty good defense. This is a tough way to end the season. And right after some miracle catch by Jermaine Kearse, because oh man, that was such, it was a great catch, but it was more of just like a miracle catch that Jermaine Kearse caught that deep ball. I think it was on third down or whatever, but just my god, we are on the 1 yard line and we passed I would have rather have. I don't know. It's hard, because if we ran the ball on second down and Marshawn Lynch fumbled it, then we'd be sitting here saying, oh, we should have passed the ball, we should have QB sneaked it, but, there's a few things I want that I want people to take away from this game. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out to Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews was just phenomenal in today's game. He had over 100 yards receiving. I forget what the exact number was, but it was over 100 yards receiving. Chris Matthews, he made that great play against Green Bay when he came and recovered the onside kick, and then obviously in today's, a few months ago the dude was working at like Foot Locker, and now he's catching touchdown passes in the Super Bowl. This is a tough game. I waited a few hours to make this video because if I would have made this as soon as that interception happened, and as soon as the clock hit 0, I would have been, I let it sink in a little bit. You know, I watched a little bit of the media, which, by the way, these next few weeks, I'm not turning on ESPN. I'm not turning on NFL Network. You know, I'm staying away from all of that. If I turn on the TV, I'm either playing Madden or I'm watching Netflix or Amazon, Hulu. I'm staying away from ESPN and NFL Network. I'm not even gonna do it. It's not even. I don't feel like sitting there and watching highlights of how close we were to winning the game 1,000 times. I don't feel like sitting there and watching that. I really don't. You know what the worst part about it is? I mean, we've been to 3 Super Bowls in the Super Bowl 40 era. 40, 48, and now today with Super Bowl 49. And we've lost 2 of them. Now, I was a lot younger when we lost Super Bowl 40. I watched it. I was in 5th grade, but I wasn't like a huge Seahawks fan. I mean, I was a fan, but I wasn't like I am now. So I mean, when we lost to the Steelers, it was just like, ah, shit, that sucks. You know, some bad bad calls by the refs, and even some bad play calls on our part. You know, Jeremy Stevens dropping passes, and I was just like, oh, fuck, that sucks that we lost. But today, and it's tough to make Super Bowls, man. So it's tough to make 2 in a row, and we did make 2 in a row. Obviously, we didn't win 2 in a row, but we made 2 in a row. And I mean, it's tough to make 3 in a row, you know? And I mean, if we were to go again next year, that's what it would be. And I mean, obviously, teams have done it. I mean, the Bills went to 4 straight in the early 90s, lost all 4 of them. I can't even imagine how Bills fans were feeling at that time. If I was a Seahawks fan and we went to 4 straight and lost all of them, I would just off myself. Not really, but I mean, it's... Ah, man. I really wish it was like the movie, it was like the movie Click, and I could just, you know, rewind or some teleport to the game and, you know, tell Pete Carroll or Darrell Bevel, whatever, just, yo, man, just run the ball. Second, just run it, you know? It's disappointing to lose the way we lost. I would have much rather have lost... I would have much rather have lost if like if the Patriots went down the field and scored at the last second to beat us than losing the way we lost. It's because we were there. We were at the goal line. We were right fucking there. We were right there. And bad play call. Just bad play call. You know, you have a running back in Marshawn Lynch. You're out the and you decide to, I don't get the play call. There's nothing that Pete Carroll or Darrell Bevel can say that will change my mind. I do not understand the play call. I don't care what either of them say. The play call was fucking terrible. But like I said, you know, congratulations to the Patriots. I didn't think I was going to say that in this video. I mean, I thought after the Super Bowl I was going to be turning on the camera and talking about how great it is to win 2 in a row, but that wasn't the case. It was almost the case, and like I said, that is the worst part. We were so close, literally so close, and this hurts, you know. I mean, and the reason that it really hurts me so much is I would like to believe that we have such a good team to go back to the Super Bowl for the next 10 years in a row. All right, I would love to believe that. Obviously, every fan wants their team to go back to the Super Bowl every year, but this is a parity league, people, and it's hard. There's a reason why it's hard to win 2 in a row, let alone go to 2 in a row. All right, it's hard because, I mean, it's a parity league. It's a league of parity. People are always looking to copy off you and then do things better than what you do, and then, you know, knock you off your pedestal. And I just there's gonna have to be quite a bit of things that happen this off season if the Seahawks are gonna want to go to a 3rd straight. And to me, like I said, that's the worst part. It's hard for me to think. And like I said, I'm not trying to be one of those like fans that are just like, oh, we suck, because we don't suck. Obviously, we don't suck. All right, and we're not going to suck next year, but it is so hard to go to a Super Bowl, let alone 3 in a row, if we were to go again next year. Like, it's... So, I mean, just think about it like this. If we don't go to another Super Bowl in, like, 10 years or whatever, just this one play is just going to be hanging over all of our heads. Just, fuck. Like I said, I know how Packers fans feel. I understand. Alright? Shit. What can you do? There's nothing I can't... I mean, just gotta wait for the off season. And back to what I was about to say, I hope this game opens up some eyes to the fact that while we did make some good plays on offense today, and Chris Matthews did a good job, we need receivers this offseason. I'm honestly, I'm really tired of Seattle fans acting like, oh no, Jermaine Kearse and Doug Baldwin, oh no, that's all we need. We don't need anyone. No. Alright, shut the fuck up. We need a big body wide receiver. And I mean, the Cowboys are probably going to re-sign Dez Bryant. But if the Cowboys don't re-sign Dez Bryant, I mean, I doubt we're going to have the cap room to, but if they don't sign Dez Bryant, we gotta make him come to Seattle. We gotta get some receiver that's as big as Dez Bryant, if not Dez Bryant himself. It's because there's a lot of times. I mean, you saw it in the beginning of the game. I mean, while later in the game our receivers were kind of able to get open because Russell Wilson would buy time. I mean, Doug Baldwin, as much as I love him, and Jermaine Kearse and stuff, I mean, they're just. They're not elite, and I don't think they're ever going to be elite. I think Doug Baldwin's at the very best probably going to be a number 2 receiver. So, you know, this offseason we're going to, hopefully, like I said, this opens our eyes. Hopefully, you know. Darrell Bevell, I've always had a love-hate relationship with Darrell Bevell. There are times where I think he's a genius, and there are times like today where I'm just like, why the fuck did you call a pass instead of a run? Like I said, I'm not a coach. I'm just a fan that sits on a couch and watches the game. What do I know? But yeah, this video is getting kind of long. But I just needed to get my thoughts out there. It's gonna be a long off season, a very, very, very long off season. Indeed. And, you know, if we would have won today, I would have loved to have turned on ESPN tomorrow and watched First Take on ESPN2. But, you know, since the Patriots won, I guess you can call me a sore loser if you want, but I just know that since the Patriots won, I don't even want to fucking see Skip Bayless's face. I don't even want to fucking deal with that shit. That troll. Nope. I don't even want to do it. You know, props to Skip Bayless for picking the Patriots to win. He was right, but still, I don't want to deal with it. And we could play the what-if game. What if Jermaine Kearse caught that one deep ball to him when we were still up 24-14? We would have at least been in field goal range, and we could have possibly gone up 27-14, or if we got a touchdown, we could have got up 31-14. I could play the what-if game all day long. But the what-if game works on both sides. What if Tom Brady didn't throw that ball to Jeremy Lane? What if he didn't throw that interception to Bobby Wagner? Right, the what-if game works both ways, you know. And at the end of the day, the Patriots won the game, and that's all that matters. And congrats to them. And I really hope that Seattle can get to another Super Bowl soon, if not next year, because this is a very disappointing way to end the season. Very disappointing. I'm a fan forever, though. I don't care. I mean, even when we had Jim Mora and we were losing 11 games a season, I'm always a fan. I'm a fan. I don't care if next season we go 0-16. I'll still watch every game. I'm a fan. I'm not going to go anywhere. But I'm going to get my honest thoughts out there and say that. I mean, I'm just being honest when I say it's hard to go to 3 Super Bowls in a row. So whether we can go again next year or not, it's tough. it's tough, and that's the thing that scares me the most, is if we're not able to go to another one for another few years or so, or maybe it's even going to be longer than a few years. It's going to suck, because this one play is going to be hanging over our head for who knows how many years. And we have a losing record in Super Bowls now. We're 1-2. So that's that. Anyway, congratulations to the Patriots. You indeed were the better team today. Can't wait to face you again, and hopefully we win that time. Anyway, I'll conclude the video. I guess just heartbreaking way to end the season. Very heartbreaking way. But like I said, still a fan till I die. And that's all that matters. I love the Seahawks. My love is never going to die. And I hope we can get back to the Super Bowl next year. But anyway, like I said, I'll conclude this video. Congratulations to the Patriots, and go Hawks.